Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. After 2 months recess, once again we are here, and now every Saturday we'll be meeting over here and discussing about different religion. And today, the first time, was a beautiful 2 bhajans. That is, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna liked it very much. That he sang Tapan after Tapan Babu. We are grateful to you for coming over here and singing these 2 bhajans. Those who were associated with this Ramakrishna tradition, they will know these are a great value. The first song that Swami Vivekananda sang before Sri Ramakrishna, and that was the first song he sang, Mana Chalo Nijo Niketane. It says that, "O mind, let us go back to our own abode." That was the song. And then the Kabirji, he was singing that for the happiness, for the realization of God, give away everything. The 2 pieces of bread is sufficient. With that only we can survive, but the whole mind should go to God. So thank you for reminding us that. Then today I will be, last time I told that we will have this, first is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gave 4 teachings. And we find the Jains, they are giving the 5 teachings. Then comes the Shadachakra Veda of the yogis. The Sri Ramakrishna 4 joins the 5. Our Shadachakra, the 6 the systems that you, and then Shapta Bhumi of the Jnana Yoga, Jnana Margis, this is the 7 stages. And Patanjali Yoga, they say 8. And then comes Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Shiksha Ashtakam, they also 8. And Bhagavan Buddha, he also gives the 8 teachings. Then comes the 8 beatitudes of the Matthew, of the Christianity, that is also 8. And Navadha Bhakti, the 9th way of devotion, then 10 commandments. So these from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then ultimately, majority, they are 8, and then comes the 10 commandments. So I will try, whenever I get the opportunity to come before you here, to discuss about this. Today, the first we will go to this, our Sri Ramakrishna's 4 teachings. Here's who is Sri Ramakrishna? Before that, we will chant a mantra. You can also please repeat after me. Om Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampa Drita Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamityam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. Thou the stainless, Niranjanam, Anjana, and we shoot. And there is no such thing in the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. What is the Anjana? That should the black mark desire. If you have a selfish desire, that in the history of the spirituality, they say, is the black thing, is a not good one. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was not having anything, any selfishness. Nityam is eternal. Ananta Rupam, this is the beauty of the religion, It says the God has become everything. Whatever you say is God only. Now, how can you say that God has become everything? If you don't say that, you are in trouble. Why? Who has become this? If you accept God, there were other things, then the God becomes limited. And the moment something is limited, it's going to be destroyed. So obviously, you have to accept that God is unlimited, God is infinite, and God, when creating out of what? Except God, there was nothing. So he had to create out of himself. And when he's creating out of himself, we are also the part and parcel of God. Each and everything. And that is Hinduism. The Hinduism say each soul is divine. Swami Vivekananda said, each soul is potentially divine. It is divine potentially, that you have to manifest it. When a young person is coming, we do not know when we look at him, but slowly, slowly he becomes a professor, a doctor, an engineer, an administrator, so many things. Potentially it was there, otherwise it was not possible. So when the Buddha, Lord Buddha could realize the knowledge, the truth, that potentiality was there. Same way we are. So it says, Ananta Rupam. All that these forms that we see is nothing but the same God. Now this all-pervading, all-pervasive God is taking a human, particular human form. At different time, in different place, they take that form. Bhaktanukampa. Why? To help the devotees, the good people. The God is adventing, God is coming down, taking human form. Why? To help the good people. And good people, here it mentioned bhakta. Bhakta, the Sanskrit word, means devotee. And the Christianity, they say the faithfuls. We say bhakta, devotee. The bhaktanukampa, he took the vigraha. Vigraha means the form. Dhrita vigrahambai. He Ishavataram. He is the worshipful Lord of all. Ishavataram. Parameshamidyam. He manifests as the divine incarnate. Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. I bow down at the feet of you, O Ramakrishna. This is Sri Ramakrishna. The Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is Isha Avatar. Now, why God take human form and advent as an incarnation? We find in the Bhagavad Gita, not that all the time God is coming down like that. He comes with a purpose. What is that purpose? He has created this universe. Now, to create universe, you need some qualities. He gave 3 qualities. One is very good. It call it sattva. Then second quality is raja. It's a good, but with ego. But third is a very bad, exactly opposite. And that is called tama. The sattva, raja, tama. These are the 3 qualities. Now sometimes when the sattva gunis are there, all people are good, helping each other, there is no problem. So obviously, God need not to come down. Oh, this is okay. My creation is okay. All are good. But when there will be mostly bad people, Tamagun is coming up, all people trying to kill each other, cheating each other, telling lies, then it is necessary for the God to put them on the right track. So he comes down. He takes a human form. He accepts a couple, father and the mother, but it's not that he's taking birth like us. He's just manifesting. Now, if you doubt how it is possible, if it is not biologically, how it is possible? It is possible for God because God is all powerful. He's all powerful. If he wants to become an ant, he can become an ant. If he wants to become an elephant, he can become an elephant. For us, it is difficult. We cannot think of. For God, it is nothing. Just imagining. Now, think in a different way. Suppose in the dream, you are playing like a god. In the dream. Now you want to be a bird. You become a bird. In the dream. As because it is your creation, you can obviously become like that. Or maybe that you are painting. In that paint, you are just making the birds which are flying, but the faces are human faces. This is my father, this is my mother. Children, they do like that. That this is my father, this is my mother. My creation, I can do anything. God's creation, he can do anything. When the God is creating, he can become anything, anytime, anywhere. You can simply ask no question. So this God, he comes down with a purpose. What is that purpose? Dharma sthapanarthaya. To re-establish the dharma. What is the dharma? Duties. Otherwise, everything will be a great problem. The traffic sergeant, he is over there. He is supposed to look after the traffic. Instead, he goes to the playground and start looking after the game. Then there will be a chaos over here. He says, no, there was a problem, so I had to come. But it's not your duty. Some other people will be looking after that. If the king is not properly ruling the country, if the teacher is not properly teaching, if the preacher is not practicing religion and teaching whatever he feels, and if the mother, if the father, if the administrator, if they are not doing all their respected duties, that is called the dharma samsthapanarthaya, he comes. They are disturbing the whole setup. Whatever duty has been given to you, you must do that. That's all. You need not to do anything else. God also given us some duties and responsibilities. When we disturb that, we don't care for anything. We don't care because I am the powerful. I do whatever I like. But the God never wanted that. So God has to come to punish you. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata. This is a very famous quote. Almost all the Hindus, they know. Yada yada hi dharmasya. Whenever this thing happens, then the God is coming down. And coming down and taking a human form. And different type of problems. So he takes different form in different place and different time. So different avatars we see. And their activities are also different. In our tradition, Hindu tradition, we see the Ramachandra. Immediately after the Satya Yuga, the period, the longest period, the very good period, came the next period, the second one. Not much of bad people, but some they were there, like the Ravana and all others. So Lord came with a little power. He knew that it's not necessary to manifest my maximum power. So he came, he punished the Ravana or others, then it was all right. But the third one became the Krishna. And that time, majority of the people, they were bad. So God, Lord has to manifest His more power to put them on the line. And what He did, He took them on a war field and put them in one line and good people in another. He supported the good people, and through the good people, He slain and punished the bad people. As a bad people, whatever may be your power, you are not going to be successful. So that is the way He taught us. His manifestation was more in Krishna than Rama. And then finally comes the Sri Ramakrishna. And when Sri Ramakrishna, I will read out from one page afterwards, that this is, everything was in problem. So, and that is very subtle problem. When you take out the sword and going to fight, it is, well, you have to fight with him with other way. That is easy. But when someone is going on telling, hey, you cannot do anything, he's breaking the morality and breaking your self-confidence. You constantly hear, oh, I cannot do anything, and you become a bundle of negative things. Oh, I cannot do anything. Exactly that happened in India. In 200 years, they were ruling just by telling like this. They were really good rulers, I should say. When I go to Britain, I appreciate them. You know why? Because a very little group of people. But how clever they were. They ruled the whole world. If you go and move in the Britain, small buildings, not that way. And the people are also very ordinary people, but they rule 200 years, great, not only India, all over the world. All over the world. How they could do it? They ruled China with the opiums. They gave the Chinese the opium. Whenever you are hungry, just go on licking the opium and sleep. And they broke the self-confidence of the Indians. Because the Indian civilization was very strong. They are self-respected people. But when you go on telling that you cannot do, you have to come to me so that I will give you. And slowly they lost their self-confidence. It was necessary for Sri Ramakrishna to bring back the self-confidence. Not that he has to take the sword like the Rama or the bow and arrow or like the Rama. So it was not necessary. Intellectual and the spiritual power. We will see that in Sri Ramakrishna, he came to re-establish the dharma. Dharma samasthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. He promised. And when a God promises, he keeps the promise. It's not like us. The one person, he went to visit a holy place. He met a holy man. And the holy man told, hey, I like to drink a glass of milk. And it needs 1 anna. In those days, that's only 25 cents. Can you please give me 25 cents so that I can drink a glass of milk? He said, okay, right this moment I'm not having the cash. Of course, in those days, cards were not also there. So next day I will come and give you that. Then he never went over there. He came back to Calcutta and he was very joyfully reporting it to Sri Ramakrishna. You know what happened? I went over there. That man asked me this and I told, okay, I will come, but I didn't give. I came back. Sri Ramakrishna told, my God, what you have done? Once you have said you should give, you should give. Otherwise, don't commit any promises. Don't never make any promises. What is dharma? Once you promise, you must keep it. Tomorrow I am going to give a talk in our Homar Glen Ashrama on Swadharma. And you will find that in the Christian marriages, in Hindu marriages, in many other, and the President of America, President of India, I was comparing, all of them are taking the oaths. All of us will also taking the oath. Every time. But if we don't keep the promises, the monastics, the monks, the nuns, they take the vows. If they break that vow, then there are no more monks, no more nuns. Nobody forced you to become that. You have accepted, you should continue. If you can't, declare, no, it is not possible. I had a friend, we were together 9 years in same together. And after the 9 years, when the opportunity came to embrace the sannyasa, he said, no, I don't think I will be able to become a sannyasi. Because I have that desires to earn money and this. So I should go back. I persuaded him a lot, but he told, no, from the mind, inside the mind, I feel that I won't be able to do it, so I should not do it. When the people are coming and touching my feet, they're touching a holy person, but inside I know I am not a holy man. I have desire. I am just cheating them. No, I won't do that. I appreciated you. That's good, no problem. Not that you have to become. And from then there, 9 years he was out of society. Again he went, he learned the way, then he got a job, then he married, then he is satisfied. We are still in contact. I appreciate him because of the truthfulness. He never cheated anyone. And wearing a Gerua clad, wearing a sannyasi dress, becoming a monk, and then you are not keeping the words, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, no, that is very, very bad thing. So Sri Ramakrishna is coming to reestablish the dharma. And what is that dharma? Truthfulness. What is the dharma? Clear understanding about your own life. So friends, this Sri Ramakrishna, when he came over here, we find that, and one Richard Shipman from his book, Sri Ramakrishna, a prophet from the New Age. It's not working. Yeah, this is, no, this is not 2:1. Yeah, no, this. He said, the shipman said, Calcutta, the most volatile of cities in the heart of India's most extroverted and passionate province, Bengal, already seethed restlessly in a vortex of new ideas. The brightest young men, the ones who is in a queer age, would have turned their genius to the study and practice of orthodox religion, were reeling under the fast, intoxicating draught of European thought. A few of the more impressionable among them vied with the British masters in heaping scorn on the traditions of their ancestors. India, backward India, hopelessly marred in superstition, scattering the earth, unsuited to the new age of machines, would have to change. If caste is at fault, let it go. If the multitude of the gods were to blame, then let them go. If religion held India back, abandon religion. Nothing could be simpler. Science laughed at such things. They were pleasant dreams of an age gone by. So, just give an example how things were. As I was mentioning, they used to constantly tell that everything is bad, everything is bad, everything is bad, and they started thinking everything is bad. So far so, then the jokes go in that way. They started loving anything that is foreign, the good. Anything Indian, the native, they never liked. So anything foreign, they started liking it. So there's a joke that is say, one lady, she was feeling pain in the eye. So her husband took her to a doctor, and doctor checked the eye and said, oh, don't worry. A foreign particle is there in your eye, I will remove it. The lady jumped up, foreign particle, and you are going to remove it? So even the moment you say foreign, immediately we like that. So that was the condition. Of course, not that much, but to give an idea, the people they were intoxicated with that idea. It was so difficult. Then this Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, it was as if the room, here I will find that. And it says that now the religion means realization. And what is to realize? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna himself first realized. What is the realization? Realization of the oneness. Now, friends, most of you know that Sri Ramakrishna was the worshipper of Ramachandra in the beginning. Then he worshipped Krishna. Then he worshipped Kali. Then slowly he became a Vedantin. But when he was worshipping Kali, they had this vision. And this duality. Sri Ramakrishna, a devotee worshipping the Kali, is a duality. God and his are devotee. But what was the realization? The Sri Ramakrishna mentioned, and it is mentioned in his biography. The Sri Ramakrishna himself said, It was as if the room, the door, the temple, and everything else vanished altogether, as if there were nothing anywhere. And what I saw was an infinite, shoreless ocean of light. That ocean was consciousness. However far and in whatever direction I looked, I saw shining waves, one after another, coming towards me to swallow me up. They were madly rushing towards me from all sides with a terrible noise. Very soon they were upon me and they were pushed me down into unknown depths. This was the realization. Now, what is Hinduism? It is oneness only. It is the one who has become many. But if you look at the Hinduism, those who are the three students, they have written to me, they like to come, because in the school they have that type of program. They wanted to know about the Hinduism. How you can explain Hinduism? Hinduism, they worship cows, they worship trees, they worship rivers, they worship ancestors, and the same Hindus say, I am my God. Aham Brahmasmi, I am that God. I don't need anything. So that is Hinduism. It is embracing each and everything because everything is God. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna in his life, he showed, though he was worshipping an idol, an image of goddess Kali, and he was praying to the goddess mother, please manifest yourself. And when she manifested, what was the realization? Oneness. And what is that oneness? Consciousness. And the consciousness were everywhere. Up, down, this side, that side, Uttara, Dakshina, Purva, Paschima, Uda, Ardha, everywhere. Consciousness and nothing else. So this is Hinduism. This is duality, but the duality takes you to infinite oneness. But if you start with the infinite oneness, when you are concentrating your mind, you don't find anything. That is problem. So you have to give something to hold on. And that slowly, you will develop your own consciousness. And this Sri Ramakrishna, the contribution of the Avatar Barishta, the greats among the incarnation of God, has been described by the chief disciple Swami Vivekananda. Before entering into the teachings, I like to give a brief sketch of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Why we should follow him? Because he is like this. He has realized both God in form and God without form. This is unique. Almost all of them either with form or without form, either with knowledge or with bhakti. But this is a person who followed each and every path and he was successful. This is unique. It never happened. So Swami Vivekananda said, Avatar Barishtaya, the greatest among all the incarnations. And Swami Vivekananda said, is this a C or a B? What is that? I can read properly from here. 1, 2. Is this 3? See? Okay. The Swami Vivekananda, he mentioned, when the degraded Aryans had almost turned India, the land of religion, into a hell, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna incarnated himself to demonstrate the true religion of the Aryan race. He made visible the unity among the innumerable sects and demonstrations of the Hindu religion that had cropped up throughout the country over a vast period of time. Over time, this eternal religion had been debased, but Sri Ramakrishna incorporated his universal and eternal aspects in his own life to become a living example of the eternal religion, Sanatana Dharma, which he lived before all for the good of humanity. So this is why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna came. Briefly, Swami Vivekananda mentioned. And we find that the Roma Rola, he also mentioned about the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna as a consummation of the millions of years and millions of people together. This is really unique. Sri Ramakrishna passed away in 1886. He was born in 1836, passed away 1886, 50 years. The first 15 years, he was in the village, at a remote village, almost 60 miles away from Calcutta. Though 60 miles is not far nowadays, but in those days it was very, very far, very remote. Only you have to walk. So that was the condition. You know that the village that where we live, that Lemont, that village developed in 1836 here in America. And they are constructing the water thing and all that. And that time in India, 1836, in Kamarpukur, in that remote village, the God had vented. So that was the condition. After 15 years, he passed in the village. He came to Calcutta and he started practicing austerity, not in the remote part, but in Calcutta, so that people can observe. Calcutta, the then capital of the British India, so the people can observe how a man is crying for God and how a man should pray to God day and night, 24 hours, without no stop, continuously. He was going on crying, "Oh God, please reveal thyself, please reveal thyself." People started thinking that he has become mad. But he never stopped. When the people, they were criticizing him, it was nothing for him. He went on practicing that another 15 years. And in these 15 years, he practiced so many. You know, Hinduism has the three different major parts. One is Vaishnavism. They worship the Vishnu. Another Tantra, they worship Shakti or Kali. Another Vedanta, he worship Vedanta. He practiced Islam. He went to the Christianity. He realized the Jesus. He understood about the Buddhism. Each and everything within these 15 years. The 50 years, his life, the 15 years as a child, and then 15 years as a student he practiced. Then finally, when he realized the oneness, he became the teacher. And when he became the teacher of the 30 years, balance 20 years, he only got the time in hand to tell people what to do and what not to do. And where? In Calcutta. By that time, as I was quoting, that people, they have lost everything on themselves. They used to have fun about the religion, about God, about the practices of religion. By that way, always it happened. And Sri Ramakrishna, with great faith, used to go to different places, different people, and to tell them, why don't you practice this? Just do this and you see what happens. Like this, he was going on telling. There was a quarrel that God cannot be with form. How can that be? God is all-pervasive, everywhere. Can that God, the all-pervasive God, can become a small image like this? How the huge God can enter into an image? And he said, have you seen that when there is water and it is very cold in the North Pole and South Pole, it becomes all only ice. And he's giving the example, when the devotee is praying to God, because of that cool prayer, a humble prayer, that water becomes ice, taking the form. Same ice, when the scorching sun, under the scorching sun, melt again, become water. That means the water can take form and again become without form. God can be with form and God can be without form. What is your problem? You like without form? Worship God in that way. You like with form? Worship in that way. You like to worship God as a Krishna, as a Rama, or Ramakrishna, or as a Kali or Durga, your choice. That is why Hindus, they never stop. Any god or goddess, any type of images, we never say, no, you should not do this. This is not that. You must do this. Nothing. The Durga, if you go to the eastern part of India, having 10 hands. And same Durga, if you go to the northern part of India, having 6 hands. Same Durga. And in eastern part of Durga, her carrier is the lion. And the northern part, it is a tiger. Shere Wali. Shere means the tiger. And we have no problem. Why? We never ask question. It is your choice. The God, whether 10 hands or 6 hands, it is your imagination. God is not having any hands at all. And the same Hindu, they will put you again into another temple where the God is not having the hands. The God is not having the legs. And they give the name Jagannatha. Jagan means the universe. Natha means the master. The Lord of the universe, no hands, no legs. What is it? How he will work? He said that God, the moment he wishes, everything is done. That's why you need hands to work. God doesn't. God is all powerful. He thinks and everything is done. In the Christianity, as they say, there was no light. It was all dark. And they say, let there be light. And there was light. Not that you have to call electrician and the wire and the bulb and the thing. God said and it is light. So that is why God is all powerful. Sri Ramakrishna said, why you are doubting? If you are doubting whether God is there or not, you are doubting yourself. Who are you? Look at it. Are you this body? What is the body? It has a frame. Bones are there, muscles are there, and then it is covered with the skin, and that much. And what else is there? If you are loving this body one time will come when it will be buried or it will be burned. Do you love this body? No. You love something else. What is that? Inside that body is the consciousness. As long as consciousness is there, you are loving this body. Oh, my son, my daughter, my husband, my wife, all this we are saying because consciousness is there. The moment consciousness won't be there, you won't hug your wife. You won't hug your husband. So enough. Oh my God. Now after the death, if the husband comes, hey, not now, because gone. I am afraid. Why? Well, I like that body. No, wrong. I like that Atman inside that body. That is Hinduism. It takes insight and says, look at it. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, in that case, how can you say that you are higher and those are lower? You cannot say that. All are same. The bhaktir jatnai, the devotees have no differences. All are the same. So Sri Ramakrishna is bringing even, in our country, a thought came one time, women should not go to education. They should not learn anything. Sri Ramakrishna said, no, you must give them education. You must empower them. He worshipped a goddess, Ma Kali. He took initiation from a lady. And the first disciple was a lady, Ma Sharadamani Devi, respected the ladies. And he went and embraced the so-called low-caste people. He went and met with all types of people, that there is no differences. One after another, he was giving us the light. And finally he said, those who are worshipping the poor, the downtrodden, the illiterate, the oppressed, they are really worshipping the living gods. From the mouth of Swami Vivekananda, these words came. Actually, this is the teaching of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna told him, if you can see God by closing your eyes, can't you see God with open eyes? You must. You should. Because that is the way we should understand. Time is up. So I'll just mention that what are the 4 points, and the next time maybe. It's not changing. Actually, our volunteer, he was bringing his parents from India. And then there was I think 2 hours or 3 hours, the gap in the Dubai, and suddenly the war was declared. And they over there for many days. But luckily, they were provided the hotel room and food and all that. Medicine was also there, so there was no problem. Today I got the message. They have arranged a special flight and they are coming back to America, and they will reach tomorrow, Sunday. So this is Sri Ramakrishna's, the 4 teachings. So these 4 teachings, what he says, you can realize God. Only 4 things you should follow. And very simple, you see. He is not thinking that you have to change your food, you have to change your lifestyle, you have to go to the Himalaya, you have to bathe in the cool water, nothing. He says, Sadhu Sangha, holy company. What you should do first, know about God. What we are going to realize, majority of us do not know what is God. We just imagine, if we go to God, there will be no problem for us, everything is good for us, everything positive. Just we go for shopping. We don't go for loving. We go for shopping. God, I am coming to you, bowing down to you, and then I am lighting a candle. So give me this, give me that, give me that. God will say, hey, you did not to light the candle, you go. So many things you are demanding just by lighting a candle. And what we should do? Sadhu Sangha, holy company. And what you learn in a holy company? This is a very important question. Everywhere the holy people, wherever you go, every corner, there will be a church, there will be a synagogue, there will be a temple, there will be a mosque, and all are claiming, I am a holy person, I am a holy person. But holy person is he or she who has no selfishness. That's all. No selfishness. Unselfishness is God. Anyone becoming unselfish is God. And that's why when you go to him or her, a holy person in holy company, you also get encouraged to become like that. But from most of the pulpit, what we say, we talk about the social problem. That is not the place to discuss about that. There are different places are there. But from the holy place, only talk about love, talk about brotherliness and fraternity, sacrifices, and slowly, the human being who was born with closing his face and slowly open it up, and he will say, I bless you. I don't want anything from you, but I pray for you. I love you. But that way, like the Buddha showed, only human can do. That is holy company. And if you go to the holy company, in next talk, if I get the opportunity, I may quote, but of course, the Sanskrit quoting will be too much for you from different scriptures. Each and every one, they said, holy company. One said, holy company is like the 2 eyes. If you don't have the holy company, you are blind. You don't know anything. Just like the animals, you are getting up in the morning, rushing for the job, earning some money, and then purchasing some hamburger, and coming and eating and just watching some Netflix and then sleeping. Again next morning, is this life? No. You have to think about many other things. And what is that? Why I am born? Only for this? Who has given me this life? When you are thinking, you are leaving. So the thought will come in a holy company. This is the holy company. After that holy company, you have to go to a secluded place. And that is called Nirjana Vasa, living in isolation. Sometimes some people, when they get the opportunity to live in the isolation, they become frustrated. Oh my God, I'm all alone, nothing is there. And then what will happen? Nothing like that. You have to utilize that. And when you are in isolation, when there is no one, make a routine. And then go on repeating the name of God, singing the bhajans, listening about that, pondering over that, meditating on that, and you will be so busy. And your mind will be full of joy. When the other people will come and ask you for some job, you'll say, oh, no, allow me to be here. Because that you are not becoming selfish. When you become lonely, we become selfish. When mostly the bachelor people, they are mostly selfish. They don't like to share. No, that is not the life. Life means you have to share. You have to think about others. How it is possible? They say in Nirjan Bhasha, you have to analyze. Next is analyze your own mind. Vichara. When you are vichara, discriminating, analyzing your mind, what actually it is thinking, then you will understand, oh, this is my main characteristics. I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about this. And whenever someone is praising my brother, I'm not liking it. Or someone praising my sister, I'm not liking it. And this happened because I'm jealous. I think people should talk about me, and then only it will be good. So this is the way all the time we think. At the same time, we hypnotize ourselves thinking that we are holy people. No. And then finally, pray to God. Prarthana. And what is the prayer? Whatever is within your mind, you should disclose it to God. And to disclose, you need faith. If you have a faith, only then you disclose. The children will never say anything to the unknown people. They will say to the father, to the mother, but not to an unknown person. Like the devotees also cannot pray to the unknown God, unknown goddess. So you have to have a faith. This God that I am worshipping is my own. He's listening to me. He will listen. And you must listen because he's my father, because he's my mother. I have demand over the father. The children will come and cry, Father, you must give this. Father, you must do this. Can they go to the neighbor and say like that? They won't say anything. But for the father and mother, they will be showing that. Why? The love. They have the complete confidence. Do you feel like that with your own God? That I can fight with my God? If you can't feel like that, you are a devotee. Just these four things, and you are free from the bondage. Thank you, friends. I think that's because the first day we can take little freedom. So the little extra time we have taken, we should, of course, uh, maintain the timing from 4 to 5, but today only we could not make it. So this is the nice thing that you all came. From next, again, every Saturday, please come, tell your friends and other relatives to come over here. Listen to them. If you like to say something, asking question, you're free to. And from here, we will go down, and this is the name of that hall, Naimi Sharanna. I have given the name. For the Americans, it will be difficult to pronounce, Naimi Sharanya, but Nimisha, Nai, Nimisha Aranya. One where no blinking, no one is blinking, no Nimisha. So constantly God is looking over there. And that is the place of the Vishnu. So that name I have given. When we go, we feel we are here and we are under the protection of God. And chit-chatting, discussing, and taking a cup of tea or coffee, enjoying, and then becoming friendly, brotherly. And that is the life. That is the human life. Let us say Shanti 3 times and we conclude. Om Shanti. 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 Harihi Om.